Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a super common check engine light code, P0141. If your scanner is showing this, don't panic. It means there's a problem with the heater circuit in your downstream oxygen sensor, specifically bank 1, sensor dose. I am going to walk you through exactly what that means and how you can fix it yourself. Let's get right into it. First things first, what does this sensor even do? Your car has oxygen sensors to measure the amount of oxygen in the exhaust. This particular one, bank 1, sensor 2, is located after the catalytic converter. Its main job is to make sure the converter is working properly. Now, these sensors need to be hot to work correctly, usually around 600 degrees. To get them up to temperature quickly, they have a tiny internal heater, kind of like a mini toaster element. The code P0141 pops up when your car's computer, the ECU, detects a problem with this specific heater circuit. It's not reading the right voltage or resistance, signaling that the heater isn't working as it should. So, what causes this? Well, the most common culprit is simply a failed oxygen sensor. That little heater element inside can burn out over time, just like a light bulb. Another possibility is damaged wiring or a bad connector. Wires under the car can get frayed, corroded, or even chewed by critters. It could also be a blown fuse for the heater circuit. Less common, but still possible, is an issue with the car's computer itself, though you should always check the other, more likely causes first. Alright, let's get our hands dirty and diagnose this thing. You'll need a few basic tools. A socket set with an O2 sensor socket, and of course safety glasses and gloves. The first step is a visual inspection. Get under your car and find bank 1, sensor 2. Bank 1 is the side of the engine with cylinder number 1. On most inline engines, there's only one bank. Sensor 2 means it's the one located downstream, or after, the catalytic converter. Look closely at the sensor's wiring harness and connector. Do you see any melted wires, corrosion, or obvious damage? If so, that's likely your problem right there. If the wiring looks good, the next step is to check the fuse. Find your car's fuse box. There might be one in the cabin and another in the engine bay. Your owner's manual will have a diagram showing which fuse protects the O2 sensor heater circuit. Pull it out and check if it's blown. If it is, replace it with a new fuse of the same amp. If the new fuse blows immediately, you have a short circuit in the wiring that you need to track down. If the fuse is fine, our next test is on the sensor itself. Disconnect this sensor's electrical connector. You'll typically see 4 wires. 2 are for the sensor signal, and 2 are for the heater. The 2 heater wires are usually the same color, often black or white. Set your multimeter to the OEM setting to measure resistance. Touch the multimeter probes to the 2 heater pins on the sensor side of the connector. A good heater circuit will usually have a resistance between 4 and 30 OEM. If you get an open circuit reading, often shown as OL, or a reading way outside that range, the heater inside the sensor is bad, and the sensor needs to be replaced. If the resistance check passes, we need to see if the heater is getting power. For this, turn the ignition key to the on position, but don't start the engine. Set your multimeter to DC volts. Now, on the wiring harness side of the connected part coming from the car, carefully probe the 2 pins that corresponds to the heater circuit. 1 probe on each pin. You should see a reading of 12 volts, or whatever your battery voltage is. If you're not getting 12 volts, there is a break in the wiring between the fuse box and the sensor connector that you'll need to trace and repair. Let's say you've done all the tests and determined the sensor is faulty. Replacing it is pretty straightforward. First, spray some penetrating oil on the threads where the old sensor screws into the exhaust pipe and let it sit for a bit. This will make removal much easier. Then, using your O2 sensor socket and a ratchet, unscrew the old sensor. Before you install the new one, make sure to apply a small amount of anti-seize compound to the threads. Most new sensors come with a little packet. Be careful not to get any on the tip of the sensor itself. Screw the new sensor in by hand first to avoid cross-threading, then tighten it to the manufacturer's specified torque. Plug in the new electrical connector, and you're almost done. The final step is to clear the P0141 code from your car's computer using your OBD2 scanner. After that, take the car for a drive cycle to make sure the check engine light stays off. And that's it. You've just diagnosed and fixed a P0141 code yourself. I hope this guide was helpful. Fixing things yourself can save you a ton of money and give you a real sense of accomplishment. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you out, and subscribe for more DIY car repair guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.